What's up? This is Sunny from Personal Mastery Quest, and today I want to share with you a visualization secret that is going to help you to turn your imagination into reality. And you're going to be able to do it much more effectively and way faster. So let's get right into it. Before we get into the technique itself, I will tell you that this isn't like a one-time thing. Okay, this technique has to be practiced consistently over a period of time. While you yourself as a person stay balanced, you're not too attached to the outcome and you're not resisting anything in your current life. So you're not trying to flee away from your life. You're simply just creating something better. The action that you're going to take, the visualization that you're going to create is not going to be based out of resistance. Rather, instead it's going to be based out of inspiration. So that is the prerequisite for this, along with it having to be practiced consistently over a period of time. Okay? So the technique I'm speaking of is truly getting a feel of the reality that you want to manifest. And you might think this is really simple. It's like a little tweak to visualization. We've all heard, see how your visualizations make you feel, but I'm going a step deeper. I'm talking about when you are visualizing what your life will be like after your goal has been achieved. Get a feel of that reality. What does that reality feel like? And to make it easier for you, think about your current life, your current body, your current belief system. There's a certain feeling attached to all of those things. Your body, you have a body sense of what your current life is like, of what your current reality is like. That's the body sense that you have to emulate during your visualizations. You are not the mind, you are not the body, right? Those are just like the vehicles that your awareness is using to experience a specific reality. So whatever your current reality is, your awareness has grown accustomed to a certain body sense and a certain sense of mind. Now your job is to figure out what is the body sense of the version of you that is experiencing your dream reality. So while you are visualizing, by the way, if you don't know how to visualize, check out my visualization playlist right here before you even watch this video, because you need to learn the basics of visualization. But while you are visualizing and you are imagining what your life is like after your goal has already been achieved, because that's a major aspect of it, now you have to figure out, what does my body feel like in that reality? What emotions do I have in that reality on a habitual basis? What kind of energy do I feel on a habitual basis? How does it feel to wake up in the perspective, in the mind and body of my dream self? All you're doing is shifting your awareness from your current body sense, from your current reality, to the body sense of your dream self that you're imagining. Let's say, for example, you're really overweight and you want to be really thin. So you're visualizing a version of yourself that is really thin. And now you have to try to emulate that body sense. And that's where it gets tricky, right? Because when you're super overweight, it's hard to feel thin. But before you can feel a reality, it can never be yours. Before you start to truly feel thin, you can never be thin. Before you start to truly feel rich, you can never be rich. So if you're currently in debt or you're really struggling financially, then you have to start to emulate that in your mind, that feeling, that body sense of the version of you that is experiencing financial abundance, and get that body sense. Learn what it is like to feel abundant, to feel rich. Any goal, any aspiration that you have, anything that you want to achieve, you have to step into that reality, step into that body mind, and get that feeling. I'll say it again. You can never manifest anything that you haven't felt before. This is something that I realize on a deeper level almost every single day. Like, even with little things, right? I've been doing yoga for about a year and a half now, and certain postures I'm just not able to do as a beginner, and as a person who doesn't have a really crazy flexible body. There are certain postures that I have a hard time doing. So one of the things that I also learned from one of my teachers is you'll never be able to do a posture like that if you can't even imagine what it feels like to do that posture in your imagination first. So yes, the yoga practice itself, the physical practice itself is necessary, right? To get to build your body up for those postures. But what is even more important is to, in your imagination, feel what it would feel like to be doing those postures already. And this is the case because imagination is the source of reality. Right? There are two sides of reality, the physical and the non-physical. Both sides exist simultaneously at the same time. One can't exist without the other. That's the duality. So on the physical side, it's what has been manifested already, what exists currently. But on the other side, there are unlimited variations, infinite variations of what has been, what can currently happen, and what will be in the future. So through the unmanifest, we create the manifest. We are constantly turning the unmanifest into the manifest, the imaginary into the material. And so imagination is the source of reality. You have heard me say this before, that reality exists in multiple forms, just like water. Water exists as solid, liquid, gas. Well, reality also exists in many forms. And imagination is a form of reality, which is much more malleable, which is not much less fixed as compared to physical reality. So you have to understand that when you are imagining something, you are literally setting yourself up to create that and manifest that as the physical. So that's why I say take your visualization seriously. Do it consistently. Really start to get the feeling of the reality that you want to manifest. Because once you have that feeling, and once you constantly launch that feeling and you feel it in your current life, once you bring that future body sense into the present body sense, this is going to speed up the energy movement from your current life to your dream life. This is way more than just imagining. This is visualization on steroids. This is like a concrete step towards your goals. This is probably way more effective than any action that you could possibly take. And I'm not saying don't take action. Take action towards your goals, but do it with visualization. Pair it up. Do both, because that gives you a greater advantage over anybody else who is just taking the form of action. Okay? So regard visualization as action as well. It's a concrete step towards your goals. Imagination is the source of reality. You can never manifest anything that you haven't already felt. So in order to manifest what you want, get a feeling of it. Get a body sense of it. I'll repeat that like 50 more times if you really want me to. Watch this video multiple times. Really try to understand this at a deeper level, not just intellectual, but in an intuitive level.